Some people in China are being given fake vaccines. And fake Chinese vaccines could even be spreading around the world. For a year, the world has been suffering from the CCP virus, the coronavirus that spread because of the Chinese Communist Party's initial lies and cover-up. And now, the CCP will save the world by exporting vaccines for the virus it spread. Just like it saved the world by keeping the coronavirus within its borders, which was an actual propaganda line Chinese state-run media used back in February 2020. And then, when that stopped being true, the Chinese Communist Party saved the world by exporting face masks. Of course, that also kind of backfired. So now they've moved on to exporting vaccines. I just pray to Mao those exported vaccines are safe and effective, because a substantial number of the vaccine doses being given out in China are fake. And I don't mean fake like only effective half the time, like the official Chinese vaccine being used now in Brazil. That's not fake, that's standard. Standard made in China quality. Now, by fake, I mean like how inside China, fake vaccines had been made using saline to attract government subsidies for clinics offering emergency vaccinations. Recently, more than 80 people were arrested in a vaccine bust. They were part of a gang that made $3 million from selling water as COVID-19 vaccine shots. Authorities said the leader and his associates had sold nearly 60,000 syringes with fake vaccines across China. In a related case, another scammer shipped 600 doses of fake vaccines internationally via Hong Kong for a profit of $140,000. In other cases, counterfeit vaccines were being sold at inflated prices in Chinese hospitals. And other criminals also conducted inoculation programs of their own and had village doctors vaccinate people with fake jabs in their homes and cars. My advice? If a guy dressed like a doctor pulls up in a van and offers to stick a needle in you, walk away. In fact, run away. Now obviously the Chinese Communist Party is concerned, not because fake vaccines mean more people could die from COVID. If the CCP actually cared about human life, they'd stop killing people for their organs. No, the CCP is concerned because, as state-run media puts it, these fake vaccines being sent overseas tarnishes the image of the country. And tarnishing the image of the country is Beijing's job. Last month, the Supreme People's Procuratorate, which is like China's Attorney General, announced it would take action. It said it would deepen its crackdown on fake vaccine manufacturing, and that there were more than 21 cases of major vaccine fraud across China. Which is to say, if the top level of the Chinese government is getting involved, fake vaccines could be a much more widespread issue than state-run media will admit. Here's another perspective. The co-founder of one Chinese NGO said the focus on criminal activity was a distraction from the genuine threat to people's health from shoddy, out-of-date, and incorrectly handled vaccines from legitimate sources. Great. So you can't trust the legitimate sources of the vaccine either. Sadly, there's nothing new about fake and low-quality vaccines in China. This article from 5 years ago talks about how Chinese authorities pledged to crack down on the black market sale of vaccines for meningitis and rabies. That was after a case was made public involving nearly $90 million worth of illegal vaccines that were suspected of being sold in dozens of provinces. And that crackdown definitely happened and solved the vaccine problem forever. Obviously, fake products are sold all the time in China. From silly things like knockoff Nike sandals and problematic KFC, to more serious products like fake alcohol, which can kill you, and fake baby formula, which can kill your baby. So fake vaccines are just another item